Hello and most welcome to 2041 of the series. We will today continue chapter 23 by Iain McGilchrist. Iain McGilchrist. And we are currently at page 975. 975. Last time we took a gander at what is it that makes a wholeness, and we took a look at the flow movement. The Lee. That according to David Wade forms things like web stalks, rock formation, soap film, cabbages, clouds, lichens, asphalt, ceramics, tree barks, tree barks, ferns, bone, rain. All things in the universe are formed by Li, the underlying force behind everything. Or if you like, the formative power of the universe itself. Of the universe itself. Ni is what makes everything flow, spring into action, becoming something. These are flow of movements and flow of memorialized, as it were, as sculpture in the grain in wood, which is the flow of sap. The flow of sap. It's a guiding pattern that guides, that lies behind phenomena, yet importantly, without controlling or predicting their expression in any one instance. In any one instance. Lao Tzu says of the Tao, the underlying natural order of the universe of the universe. The great Tao flows everywhere, to the left and to the right, to the left and to the right. It loves and nourishes all things, but does not lord it over them. But does not lord it over them. To know, further down on the same page, is also not to pin down. Knowing is not a smash and grab raid. Grab raid! On the object, but what Heidegger calls being with a concern and not having power over. That is, i.e., you are concerned, but you do not empower it. There is no smothering. You do not smother it. You let it be what it is. The power of Lee is permissive, not privative. Freeing up into possibility, not closing down into certainty. How true. And as we have seen, turbulence, which is what all natural flow is, and what the Tao is, resists precise formulation and therefore precise prediction. No longer determinism. No longer determinism, an open-ended approach. And now we continue at the very last page, or last paragraph on page 975. 975. 975. A gestalt is not mechanically decomposable, but a pattern that is recognizable despite having no simple formula. No simple formula. No simple formula. It is in this, it is like Lee. Like Lee. Here, Whitehead has some interesting observations to make on rhythm. On rhythm. A rhythm involves a pattern, and to that extent is always self-identical, always self-identical. Self-identical. But no rhythm can be a mere pattern, for the rhythmic quality depends equally upon the differences involved in each exhibition of the pattern. It is the pattern. The essence of rhythm is the fusion of sameness and novelty, so that the whole never loses essential unity of the pattern. Essential unity of the pattern. Essential unity of the pattern. While the parts exhibit the contrast arising from the novelty of the detail, of the detail. A mere recurrence kills rhythm as surely as does a mere confusion of differences. A mere confusion of differences. It kills it off. Doesn't give any chance of openness or understanding. 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 This is the essence of the phenomenon known as rubato, where slight slowings or accelerations in tempo are detectable, and bring expressive life to the music. Expressive life to the music. But subliminal rhythmic changes are always present in human music, which is why mechanical rhythms are so dull, and even offensive to the ear. Remember that in the beating of the heart, not just the fetal heart, but the adult heart, mechanical regularity is a warning sign, a warning sign. It warns. A warning sign. A warning sign. White believed that there was a close identification of rhythm with the causal counterpart of life, namely that wherever there is some rhythm, there is some life, some life. Only perceptible to us when the analogies are sufficiently clear. Only perceptible to us when the analogies are sufficiently close. Sufficiently close. Close. The rhythm is then the life. And where there is life, there is rhythm. When there is life, there is rhythm. Rhythm of the music, rhythm of the anger, and a comedy, dee, dee, dee. And where there is life, there is rhythm. How grand! Rhythm is life. Elsewhere, he observes that what he calls the way of rhythm pervades all life, and indeed all physical existence, all physical existence. This common principle of rhythms is one of the reasons for believing that the root principles of life are in some lowly form exemplified in all types of physical existence. All types of physical existence. And he notes that these rhythms form unending cycles in which the end of one cycle initiates the seamless beginning of the next, of the next. The flowing line, the flowing line, the flowing line. we have often had reason to return to the difference between a curving motion and a rectilinear motion. A rectilinear motion. Curvature, as I have suggested, is more characteristic of the intellectual world of the right hemisphere. Of the right hemisphere, in which opposites can be reconciled, in which the direct approach may for many purposes be inferior to the indirect, and in which continuous variation is united with coherent pattern. Coherent pattern. Coherent pattern. Curves are complex, like turbulence. Straight lines are simple. How true. Curves are also more sympathetic to the natural world. To the natural world, in which there are no straight lines. In which there are no straight lines. No straight lines. In relation to that, I might mention a reader who wrote to me to say that he started getting tattoos a few years ago, beginning with a tree shape on his left shoulder. On his left shoulder. He quickly found that he wanted the left side of the body to be characterized by natural and organic forms. Organic forms. And his right side by geometric and linear designs. Geometric and linear designs. Geometric and linear designs. Geometric and linear designs. It wasn't until he read The Master and His Emissary that it struck him that he had naturally gravitated to a left-right brain way of thinking about tattoos and literally embodied that idea with ink on my skin. With ink on my skin. Stern's corporal trim demonstrates freedom with a flourish of his stick. And Tristram Shandy gives the storyline of Book 5 as something that looks in places fortuitously like a deranged electrocardiogram with plenty of vital variability. With plenty of vital variability. With plenty of vital variability. The connection between curved lines and life was made by William Hogarth in his analysis of beauty, in which the line of beauty and grace is depicted as a slender serpentine double curve. A slender serpentine double curve. Alberti had made the same point in his treatise on painting in the 15th century. Where he finds the beauty of such a line embodied in the depiction of a woman's flowing hair or a horse's mane, which should swirl or wave in the air while it imitates flames rising sometimes in this or that direction, in this or that direction. And Herder, in his treatise on sculpture, writes of a beautiful line that constantly varies its course. It is never forcefully broken or contorted, but rolls over the body with beauty and splendor. It is never at rest, but always moving forward. Always moving forward. And here on page 977. I put a little stop to 2041. Twenty 977. Excuse me here while I'm taking notes. I'll have some citations from the text about Lee. Already on page 975, we find that rhythms is actually at the last, that rhythms can be processed as Gestalt, that is whole patterns. The wholeness can be understood here, and that rhythms are actually wholenesses, complete in themselves, and as a quantum wave, they are without start or end, not terminable, neither are they starting somewhere. No origin and no end. No truer origin. No big bang of the wave. One time off starting point. No one time off starting point. It doesn't have an absolute origin, an absolute start. A true origin, or an idealized Platonic first form. No, the rhythm is present everywhere and nowhere. It's the uncertainty theorem of Werner Heisenberg, as well as the theorem of John Bell, the British Northern Irish scientist, who showed inequality of the universe. In page 976. But no rhythm can be a mere pattern, for the rhythmic quality depends equally upon the differences involved in each exhibition of the pattern. The essence of rhythm is the fusion of sameness and novelty. The both, not only one, but both of them. Both of them need to be present, and they are still completely contradictory. That can only be accepted by that right hemisphere, the encompassing, including hemisphere. The hemisphere that brings oppositions into coincidence. Oppositorium coincidentia. Or coincidentia oppositorium. Also the quantum mechanical complementarity. Life is rhythm, we read on the third paragraph, fourth line. Life is rhythm. Life is taking in resistance or having resistance. Go further down on page 976. Under the subtitle, The Flowing Line. Seventh line, curves are complex. Like turbulence, straight lines are simple. Something to think of. We can never, ever find straight lines in nature. They simply do not exist. They are an illusion of the left hemisphere. It is its representative mode where it understands, so to speak, by not understanding, putting etiquettes, hindering understanding, not letting understanding come through. Whereas the right hemisphere accepts the differences, uses them, has a build-up of them, make them come forward, develop. That is the right hemisphere, all including taking in both particle and wave and having no need to resolve the differences in a definiteness. We mentioned that before, that the stream of Lee doesn't need to define. It is not preemptive, predetermined. It is not closed off, ended, fixed. No, it is open-ended, including, moving, alive, alive. We go to page 977. Here we see the lively freedom lines that carry so much more knowledge than the understanding stopping straight lines, the sharp borders of the object in space in front, the subject in front of the object in space, where you have these sharp differences, where everything is chopped off, cut off from itself, not interpenetrating, not encompassing, no longer flowing, because flowing movement is only possible if you take in the resistance, the opposition, the other. So by opening up, you bring more things in and you open up to a greater realm where transparency and opacity are not absolute opposites, and where there could be an osmosis between the inside and the outside, a glorious possibility, an opening up of humans' way of thinking forever into a wider, more expanded kingdom of beautiful understanding and knowledge, not only definition. I say thank you very much. Have a very pleasant afternoon, morning, day, or evening, wherever you are. Bye-bye for now.